The feature race on Saturday's programme is the Hong Kong Ship Owners Association 60th Anniversary Cup. It's a Class 2 contest over the 1650, headed by Classic Emperor. Very impressive course and distance 2 starts back. Fight Hero won on the dirt as well. That was over the 1,200 metres last time. Divine Boy, odds-on favourite when beaten by Classic Emperor. People's 90s, 2 from 4 on the surface. Zilong gets onto the dirt for the first time. Beauty Prince rolled forward at Happy Valley last time out. Sunny Win was impressive last start. He goes up in class, as does California Joy, also a last start winner, but that was on the turf. Alvin Ung takes £3 off there. So we're at the touchscreen for the feature race, Brett, to have a look at the speed map first. And Classic Emperor, you'd imagine, to sit on the speed, but Sunny Win will probably want to roll across as well from an outside gate.
Yeah, I think it's pretty accurate the way it's set up there, Andrew. I tend to think Sunny Win will push on and take over, and Classic Emperor will just take the little sit in behind. Beauty Prince, of course, ran a big race at Happy Valley last start on the speed. I wonder whether California Joy might sort of push on and maybe try and get in front there, or even potentially California Whip kicks through. California Joy settles in there, so they're running in arc formation 2 by 2. But I think that is the likely setup. It's going to be interesting to see what type of pace is set during the race, whether Beauty Prince pressures Sunny Win a little bit. I'm a believer that the horses on the speed in the races on the dirt do have a slight advantage.
There's certainly plenty of pace when Classic Emperor won.
Yes.
A couple of starts back. We'll get to him in a second, Paul, but what have you got from track work?
Well, let's have a look at Classic Emperor. He's going very nice. He's been a revelation since he's gone onto this surface. He's only had the 2 starts and run very well on both occasions and was a big winner 2 back. I think he'd be very hard to beat, Classic Emperor. So I'm going to show 2 bits of his work. Very fit going into this particular contest. He's favourite at the moment, so he probably will start favourite, but I think he's a big chance in this as a Classic Emperor. Next one we'll look at, though, here is Divine Boy. He's another one of the major players, just working with Thunderstomp, and another one that does really like the surface. Interesting, Umberto Rispoli did ride Fight Hero last start, but he's going to go with Divine Boy this particular race.
Yeah, both of them trained by Mi Choi, of course. We're going to start off, though, with Chris So and his thoughts here on race favourite, Classic Emperor.
Classic Emperor, Chris. Big win from him a couple of starts ago on the dirt. Are you confident about his chances for Saturday?
Yes, also I really like him. You know, he's on good form, and he got a draw is okay. I think he should run well. Even the last run he's running the 1200, he showed his ability on the dirt. I really hope he's run well tomorrow.
But did you always think that he would be a horse that would go well on this surface?
Yes. Even he showed me, you know, in the trial everything. You know, he handled the dirt.
And as far as future plans, obviously wait and see what happens on Saturday. But could Dubai be an option for him, potentially?
After the Saturday run, how he ran, and I will speak to the owner. And the owner just told me, you know, let's see in the future. I say, you know, let's see on the Saturday. And he ran well, you know, we plan.
He's certainly got the pedigree for it as well, and some... a lot of money off of those dirt races over there.
Yeah, definitely. Paul, I want to ask you, you've liked Classic Emperor for a while, but you also liked Fight Hero in that replay that we just saw.
Yeah.
And he went straight past Classic Emperor in the final stages.
Yeah, that was 1,200. He's up to 1,650. I just think Fight Hero, he did win over 1,400 overseas, and I think that's probably about his limit. So over the 1,650 or more, Classic Emperor will be a lot more hand in the pace, and Fight Hero is going to give him the start. So of the two, I'm definitely leaning Classic Emperor.
I thought Classic Emperor might have been on his mark probably 6 months ago, but obviously, you know, dirt and the miles have been able to allow him to enhance it a bit further.
I think the switch in surface has been key for him, hasn't it? So let's have a look at 2 of the main players here in Classic Emperor and Divine Boy. It's Divine Boy actually finishes in front of him here at the back there. Joe Moreira in the saddle on this occasion, and Classic Emperor is down there on the rail.
Yeah, he obviously performs well here, Classic Emperor. Divine Boy ran well in defeat. He hasn't run a bad race all season, Divine Boy. So I'd expect both of them. They're both going into the tips for me, but they're 2 different types of horses. Classic Emperor can be on the speed. Divine Boy is going to get back. Just depends on how the race unfolds and how the track's sort of playing, but both go in for me. I mean, Divine Boy, look at him hit the line here. He's flying, this horse. He's never been going better.
Yeah, that's the Quinella for me, these 2 horses. I think Classic Emperor will get first run on him. So that's why I've got him on top to beat Divine Boy, and it's good. And you could hear Chris So just before he went off to build a snowman there with the hat on. He looked very, very. He was talking very, very confident about Classic Emperor. I think if they're talking Dubai, then he should win this race.
Yeah, all right. But Divine Boy, don't forget he was a $1.90 favourite in that race as well. This is Sunny Win we're having a look at here, and although it was a double-figure price, he did it like a horse who was half that, really.
Yeah, and if you have a look down at the times, he ran 1:37.86. When Classic Emperor won by nearly 7 lengths, he ran 1:37.63. So there was 0.2 of a second between them, which is probably 3/4 of a length on the clock. And now all of a sudden, he carries £12 less, and Classic Emperor carries £10 more. So if you want to add those sums up together, it's in the favour of Sunny Win.
Yeah, I've got him in as well. I thought it was a good, nice, strong win. It was no fluke, this particular win from him, so I expect him to go well.
Be interesting to see whether he gets any pressure, Andrew, because if he does get pressure, that can bring him undone.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the keys about that race, is that he just dictated it and he just set his own fractions, left alone.
Yeah. Beauty Prince is the key there, isn't he?
Correct.
He can take him on.
Yeah.
All right, California Joy, turf form we're having a look at here, right in the middle of the pack. But if he can overcome that draw and not get trapped, is he a potential player as well?
I'm going to handball that over to Paul, Andrew, because Paul's been a fan of this horse for a while. He's quite a consistent galloper. I'm not sure whether the surface will suit him. I think the other California might be better suited to the dirt.
Yeah, I think this is not a right race for him, to be honest. And it's reflecting the price. He's 50-1 at this stage. And look, I'm happy to watch him go around in this particular contest. As you do, I do like the horse, but back on the turf for me. So not this particular race. I think this is quite a strong race for all-weather horses.
Yeah. He's only had one start on the all-weather so far, so you couldn't write him off completely, but at the same time, some well-credentialed rivals towards the top of the handicap.
Yep.
He could be struggling.
Yep, they override him, I think.
All right, OK, so California Joy, we can put a cross through him tentatively, but who gets the tick ball?
Classic Emperor, I'm going to make him the best. I really like him. I think he's only had the one start over 1650. Very impressive on the surface. His run over 1200 was full of merit as well last time. They're the only two runs he's had on the surface. So there's plenty of improvement left in him. Divine Boy, we'll put him in there for second. He'll get back. He'll be running on. But I think he can. I think Classic Emperor will get first run as he did last time. Prawn Barber, never raced on the surface before, but always works well on it. I think he's an interesting runner coming here for the first time, and Sunny Win from the front. If he gets left alone, he'll be dangerous. 1, 4, 5 and 10, but I'll be back in the 1 to win.
I'm going to go with People's Night. He ran third to Classic Emperor 3 starts ago, and then since then he's gone onto the turf and been running against Western Express and 50-50. Back onto a surface that he likes, he can potentially sit in. Divine Boy, the more I look at that trial we just saw, the more I probably should have tipped him. But I've gone 6 to beat 4 for the record. 10 Sunny Win, 1 Classic Emperor. I've only got him in for 4th. I think some of the margins can be accentuated on the dirt sometime. And, you know, it was a good, solid win from him last start, but I'm not quite as confident as Paul that he can do it again. So just in for 4th for me.
All right, I've got exactly the same numbers as Paul, the top 3 anyway, the tiers. Classic Emperor, very hard to beat. For a slightly different view on the website, Multimedia Showcase, you can see HK Direct. It's myself and Dave Morgan this week. Of course, a racing rider here at the Jockey Club. It hits selections. Also, a special feature on Pierre-Charles Boudot as he starts his Hong Kong career, his very short career here for the winter season. All right, that was the feature race number 7. Another short break for us. Come back and we're back on the turf for race number 8.